Hello guys and welcome back to Field of Glory Empires with our Saba playthrough. It's 125 BC and our path continues. We were just building stuff. We had mostly done everything this turn. I forget what we were up to. Let's start right here in Uruk. We have a new population and a theater's been built. So, wow, we can already up that to an amphitheater if we want. We totally could, and that would add culture. Would need silk to be imported. It is slotless. That's probably the biggest redeeming factor of it, but some other basics are definitely missing. Growth here goes fast enough, but health could use some improvements, honestly. So I think we'll add to the health. I think that's what we'll do with the gymnasium to have some more growth here in the future. So that, we built a charcoal pile, built a fishery. I remember not being able to pass on that fishery, alright. We could get some clear water. We could get a tavern. This place would be a very good location for a tavern or a furnace. We do have a need for a furnace, but I have a need for loyalty as well, given all these Iranians that are not very happy to be in this nation. So let's go with the tavern to try to get some more loyalty. Gambling ring done in Salmi to the east. There's one slot available. We don't even have city walls here. I would love that. I would also love the blacksmith, but city walls is kind of a necessity in my eyes. Brickwork done just next to that. So we have a lot more infrastructure available now. I definitely need this fucking cult site. So we're going to build that cult site. That'll help with culture and especially with conversion. We don't need as many dudes on infrastructure at the moment. I'll move one over to food. Leave everybody else growing on food. Gambling arena done in Makran. We're adding to the loyalty here. We could get more, but no culture with the noble district. It'll take a hot minute, but we could do it. It needs marble that we don't have. We need a lot of other basics as well that we don't have. So I think we'll work on the basics right now. So we have a defensive army over here anyway. A salt mine for some food and salt. Sure. Regional roads have been built to the northeast of that. We have 3 slots available. We could upgrade the pleasure house to a pleasure mansion, but we have perfectly fine loyalty right now here as it is. If anything, what I could use here, other than some culture that this does not give, is some food. So the orchard would be a great pick for that. Southeast of there, we have a preserved food store built on the coast, and now we have to make a choice with only 1 slot available. Producing wine at a vineyard here would make things more profitable. We have growth in 1 turn, so that's definitely a good thing. Tons of health here. That vineyard would be pretty good for a lot of loyalty buildings. For example, this potential tavern here. I'll take the vineyard. Make something more profitable, but definitely would be helpful in general. Now, is there anything else? Yes. So we need a blacksmith, or we built a blacksmith in Nabatea. We have some slots available. A crafter district seems like a good time to build one to get some money flowing in. Next, we have a charcoal pile has finished in Palmyra. And this looks like another good time for a crafter district. Slotless, pretty easy. Trachonatus has finished an orchard. We could use a couple of things here. Definitely some culture, which this is not. This is just loyalty. Well, we could accomplish culture by building infrastructure instead. Could also get health. There's like very little health here. That would give me more food as well. If I built a smokehouse, food and health, which would allow me to move, say, 2 Semitic citizens pretty easily down to culture in place of having something else there. That sounds good to me. Sure, why not? Next. There is no next. We officially have 1.5 times the legacy points of Rome. Now this is important because with my strategy, I think Rome's the one we're going to need to beat for legacy points to win, not the Antigonids, because I can deconstruct them from the inside out at this point. They like me so much. We have finally passed into the white. We're at the top of the white, but still another reason to focus on some culture things soon. So we managed to purchase a bunch of land from the Antigonids. We have slave markets somewhere in the nation, so we have the ability to buy, sell, move slaves. I'll pick the thing to move slaves. We definitely need to, even if it's just 1. Merchants and patricians, not important. Improve medium infantry units. I think that's like regular infantry. Yes, reform immediately for 8k. We have 21.4k, earning like 10k right now. We're going to spend a lot of that right now, but this is one of the places that we liberated. We can create a new province, so we will. That's a lot of dudes on culture. I'm not sure that that's really necessary. Maybe some more of the basics would be good. Well, for that built up, I'm not sure how necessary it is. Move everybody onto food here if we're not going to build anything. We don't need a slave market. Next. This looks fine, except for the usurer. We want to get rid of that. This money, it looks retarded. 4, 5 onto culture. The rest onto infrastructure. 1 slot available. And, I think I'd want the large farm since it is slotless. Definitely. Some more food would always be nice. I'll take that. I don't really know what to think about, like, what the capital will be. It's mostly predictable, but not always for some reason. As we've seen, it doesn't always play by the rules that we know, so I'll leave military buildings in place there. We took this one. This one has some loyalty problems. Pretty big loyalty problems. Okay. Well, holy mother of God. Let's move some dudes around. What is this infrastructure? What is this? I doubt this one will end up being the capital. This infrastructure is terrible. These are all citizens, all Semitic, and they all hate it here. Jesus, you see that? Well, we need some culture. We're in unrest, so it's penalizing literally everything. I'm not even sure how to handle this, honestly. We need food, we need infrastructure, we need culture, we need all kinds of stuff. When the unrest goes away, there will be less of a problem. It's just, you know, when will it go away? Food from the well might be my focus right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put you guys on food for right now. I'm gonna maybe redirect you, sir, to that location. Because we could use someone sitting on that, defending that from revolt risk. Just in case. And then this is another one that we took over. You know, sometimes that only moves up to the arrow, and then right now it's moving way more than that. Right when I think I understand the rules, I learn that I just really don't. Let's get 5 of the Hellenics on this. Get this to be pretty positive. We don't need the slave market realistically, so we'll get rid of that. And I think that's good enough for right now. That will open up a slot pretty shortly. We own Cyprus now. Move you guys on food. Move a lot of you onto infrastructure. Nothing to build. They have a lot of, like, trade and merchant stuff built. I don't want the usurer. There's another province to create. Yeah, I'll leave anything military-wise related there alone. Because, again, we don't really know where the capital's going to be. But I think this is mostly fine. Growth can just go on the food and stay there. Infrastructure does not need to be this much. Holy shit. Let me just add. Jesus, dude. Max this out. We do have a slot available. A usurer to get rid of. What do we want in that one slot? This is definitely a front as it stands right now. That is. Loyalty's fine. There's some things I wouldn't mind having for sure. Woodcutting's always great to have. The sanitation for the health would be useful for further growth, certainly. It's hard to pick. It's actually kind of hard to pick this one. I think I'll go with the sanitation for the growth first and foremost. And then we have Cirrus, which is also just an absolute fucking mess. How does that look? Any better? Maybe. This is Semitic exotic slaves. What's the difference between a slave and an exotic slave? I don't know, but let's get rid of that slave market and the usurer. We need some loyalty here, that is for sure. There's nothing to build right now, so I'll leave mostly low infrastructure for right now. Yeah. And then Macecily conquered the seat of power of the Nasamones. Macecilia raided us successfully. Great, so both of them are going to raid us. Fucking African tribals. Being Carthage would suck. And we were raided here as well, but we defeated them, probably because we have a massive stack here. We're up to a beautiful 297 legacy point income. The Antigonids already down to 230, and honestly, I barely did anything. But if they're not going to be getting their bonuses from being, I think this is a bonus, yeah, from being like all golden and shit, then that's probably going to be a big detriment to them. As even I'm out of the green now due to all these little guys. Look at that. We finally finished building the circus at the capital. Because we did need that loyalty. We really, really did. And this added a beautiful 40 fucking loyalty. Now, we have 8 slots available as things stand. Many things I could add. The weapons depot seems like a smart idea. We have a lot of the basics already. So, I don't really know how much we would need any of that. I think I would gladly take the weapons depot. Yes, sir. Yes, please. Give me that. 132 turns until growth is so funny. That's so funny. Only 1 turn for the depot, so that'll be done pretty quick. A basilica in Himjar, next to the capital, has been built. There are 2 slots available. We don't really need a lot in the way of infrastructure until we start building other things here. In the short term. The stables could add some infrastructure using the local horses and some equipment which could benefit the capital here. That doesn't seem like too bad of a thing to build. Certainly not. There's probably other things that would be more helpful, realistically. Including maybe an aqueduct? This doesn't look like it's actually going to do very much. Well, I mean, it probably will, but still. It's hard to say when you have this much stuff built up. I'll take the stables for now. I think that's going to do fine. And I also need to continue recruiting for this stack right here. Did we get our archers? Because I was recruiting some archers. Yeah, we did. They're right here. Go over there and unify. So we got all of the, what are they? The cavalry. We got the skirmishers. We got the archers. I believe it's 14 of everything else. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Heavy infantry, which won't even be done in 1 turn anyway, because they just cost so damn much. I think I'll just leave them queued up as is. I don't think there's a point to adding the regular infantry just now. We'll just have all of this stuff just queued up. Most of it's just going to be recruited right here. It makes the other military capitals I have seem kind of pointless until you remember those buildings for the generals, which we definitely need more of. And they don't really show up very often. And next to that, we have a brickwork that has finished. I remember placing this. The regional roads here would be great because they've bypassed this for so long. Connecting here would be awesome. With the Antigonids, I'm going to request just 1 province of 3 regions for 8.5k, get 84 metal back. It's pretty much just these 3 regions right here. The reason I'm doing this is because we want to keep the growth going, but our money is going to be a little more constrained for a moment as we build up this stack. Consumes, you know, maybe like 1-2k a turn, lowers the income a little bit, but also because we're doing an 8-point-something k reformation of all of our regular infantry. So we're going to be down to like 12, maybe 10k, like guaranteed before this income comes in. Spending another 8k. It's kind of like the rest of it. It's over 2 turns, this one though. So the timing works out. So that's going to be my offer to them for right now for the 2 turns until we can get some more money built up. But I'm going to, I don't know, just kind of wrap around here. I kind of want Maria to border them in case I do have to fight them. So we're going to wrap around here. I want to consume Anatolia at some point, but leave them bordering Rome and Moria and anything up here as much as possible for as long as possible. That's what I want to do. And so that's what I'm going to do. So starting over here at the west again, we have a hemp field done in Nepti. We have many slots available in Nepti. I think I will go for the salt house. The inefficiencies probably don't bother me that much. Only -2 to food, +9 to culture. Move 1 guy to culture, so we'll have more food from the salt house. Monuments done on Mussolania. We know we need culture, loyalty galore here. We have enough of the basics. Enough. Not perfect, but we have enough. Some infrastructure at some point would probably be pretty good as well. For now, let's take the fortune tellers +4 loyalty bonus. That would be pretty nice as well. And if we ever see the preserved food store come up, which I do not see, maybe we need to build the smokehouse before it will actually show itself. What's the health here? Yeah, I feel like we will. Alright, well, let's build the smokehouse and see if that opens that up. Wheelmaker, because, you know, we're going to be sitting here for a while. Built on Libya, a public works would be astoundingly helpful. Even so. Even so. Let's put you guys on food. And then to the east, we have a new population in Sirtica. Next to that, we have a wheelmaker in Mackay. Where, ooh, city walls or public works. I'll probably take the public works first. That would help for maintaining anything. To the north, we built the major harbor in Serencia on the coast. And building a large farm would make a nearby structure produce more. That would be pretty nice. I like that. It is slotless. 6 turn to build. Food is food, and it is good. I'll go ahead and get that farm. Brickwork done next to that on the coast. 3 slots available here at the moment. We definitely need infrastructure. More than anything, looking at this. I'll go ahead and get the charcoal pile. It's going to import lumber from somewhere. New population in Ogdamus, where I can build the city walls. Ooh, but I need food. Let's get the food. At our capital next to Alexandria, we have finished a sanitation department for some more health, for some more growth. And we could use some other things, including infrastructure. Definitely. Of course, military buildings. And I guess more health as well, because the health is pretty low here, and growth would keep everything going here, just, you know, much better. I could keep investing into this, I suppose. Growth in 3 turns already, 5 slots available. I think I'll just take the wheelmaker for right now to speed everything else in the region up. Sounds good to me. A smokehouse in Malanes. I could use infrastructure here, but I would love a furnace. A cult site would be pretty useful. We don't have any culture here. The conversion rate would be pretty good. So I'll go ahead and I'll take that. That looks good to me. Yeah, that'll move. Yeah, I'll move a desertic citizen down to infrastructure because the cult site will use a little bit more infrastructure. New population gained. Why do I have so much on infrastructure here anyway? Probably put you guys on food. You other Hellenics. I don't really remember why it's like that. Maybe for the whole region. I don't see a point to it right now. Gymnasium done. We already handled these things around the capital. New population in Arabia, Felix, and Badio. Get a stadium slotless. These are a lot of infrastructure. But we have a lot of excess infrastructure in these regions as is. Stadium for health would help growth, open up more slots. Yeah, sure. I was going to say the stonecutter for culture and infrastructure. I could move more guys over to culture as well, but I'll take the stadium. Why not? I'll take the health. Sure. Up the coast, we have a new population in Asitania. 1 slot available. We have a fair balance of things, honestly. The solid walls could be nice. I would like a quarry, honestly. That would be pretty cool. A quarry or some culture or something. Growth here is so slow that honestly I would like a physician's house as well. Let's get the physician's house. Let's go for the health. We need a lot of health in a lot of places that have been slowing down. A school's been finished next to that. 1 slot is available. A sacred estate is slotless. Would add a lot of culture. Use a little bit of food. Barely any infrastructure usage. Some loyalty. The loyalty doesn't matter too much, but the culture, as we know, matters a lot, and given the way this looks right now, that would probably be a pretty smart idea. Yes, so a secret cult done next to that. I remember building that. Very special building. I will gladly take the land expansion next. I think we'll need that. In Galilea, we finished those city walls. Nice and quick, nice and fine. This is a place where we could do with perhaps a little bit more loyalty. Having a desertic on culture will help with that, but the Orientation Tribune might be the way to go. We're not going to get a culture bonus because we don't have any marble, but we would get the loyalty bonus, which sounds nice. An alternative, however, would be to simply just move like more and more guys like so onto culture and get it up that way for now, and simply build whatever other buildings I would be missing from, which isn't really much at the moment. Maybe just the wash house for now. We got some regional roads done in Falgia, and now I have to pick a palisade, preserve food store. We're definitely going to take the palisade. Palisades are important to have everywhere. If possible, some free infrastructure added. We got some new population in certain locations. That doesn't change a whole lot. In the east, we have wells on Tigris. 9 slots currently available. We need a bit of everything here, realistically. The cult site could definitely help, with that conversion bonus being pretty darn needed. Let's go ahead and build that there, certainly. What the hell? Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought I saw something weird. But this is all new stuff. This is all new stuff. Heading down south. 1 turn till the military academy's done. Finally, dude. Oh, man. Regional roads done here. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? 3 slots available. We don't really need loyalty at the moment. Even then, just getting guys on culture would honestly be the better idea. I'm going to get another food building up because the food buildings lead to better buildings eventually. If you do look at it from up here, we have quite a lot of roads just everywhere. I wish there was a map mode where they were like way more defined, like how Imperial to Rome has, but there is not. On the coast, we finished a land expansion in Pterodon. We now have 2 slots available. We have tons of food here. We could potentially do with more infrastructure, but it is minimal. It's minimal for sure. Loyalty is fine here. I guess we have growth in 3 turns. We could really use some health. That would come from the Salt House. This is the last healthcare building available here, unless this opens up more in a moment. I'll move 1 guy down to infrastructure while we place that down. Extra population nearby across the waterway here. We have a tavern built in Uxia. We don't have an anchorage here at all, so I will gladly take an anchorage. That will lead to some money. Worship place in Sagardia, which is good. Sagardia sounds like LaGuardia. LaGuardia Airport. Anywhere else I need to build? Nope, that is all the building done. Well, we're barely back in the green again, just in time to get a progress token. This is how you can see how things are changing. Whereas Rome is in the white. They have their current special glorious state, but they're pretty deep down in the white. The Antigonids have an aging token, meaning they were in the red. So as they get smaller, this might undo, but all the other smaller guys are going to have a way better time of it generally. So they've been doing definitely different for us. Why is there mercenaries? Am I at war? We progressed civilization-wise, we know that. Or it's just because we're raiding. I think it's just because we're raiding. They crushed all defenders. Towns and cities are burning. My favorite. A ruler's health degraded to poor. A new general is available to serve me because we finished that building. Meaning we have a stack that won't have to be defensive? I named this one the Tripolitania Army, by the way. I could assign it to this stack, the one that I'm forming up right now. Definitely could. It's not going to have anything special to do otherwise, so... yeah, sure. Gotta hand out every general we have at this point. Well, that's cool. Now we have better medium infantries, which means all my normal infantry are now improved. Yeah, baby. Nice. That took fucking forever. And of course, we have way too much manpower, as you would expect. I can... reduce the offered bounty and pay, or send the indentured to the mines. Given that I'm at a negative 119 for some reason, I'll send them to the mines, because I think we have a lot more stock potential of metal, and we have so much money income anyway. So let's turn some manpower into some money. Especially, you know, it's 1,000 manpower into 303 metal. Especially because, you know, look how much we have. It's just such an insane amount. Abandoned Palace got no morified. 2 of them, 3 of them. Some of our citizens with a taste for exoticism acquired rare slaves from the black market of Simodala. Is that where you get these exotic slaves from? Do they just spawn from black markets? Ah. Well, there you have it. And we have that 4th progress token. Beautiful, beautiful. We have that treaty underway as we continue to shrink the Antagonids. I wish Rome would go further down, because I think they're going to be the end enemy, and that's going to be a brutal enemy, you know, when we get to, if we get to fighting Rome, because we either go through here or it's a naval invasion or both. Regardless, it would be interesting to say the least. At the capital, we already finished that weapons depot. We did successfully move a slave by the looks of it, guaranteed. They didn't seem to be moving on their own for some reason. I don't know why. We can get a vineyard here. That's great. We are missing so many agricultural things here. It's because of the dam. Because of the dam, I never bothered building that stuff. Finally, we could build a mercenary recruitment center in the actual capital. That would be so amazing. And it would mean that I could dismantle it from wherever else it is, which I don't actually see it anywhere, so maybe I already got rid of it. I guess I did. Alright, cool. Next to that, we finished a stable. And I remember why. Yeah, I remember why. Now we could use maybe some other things here. I think the thermies would be too bad. Barely costs any infrastructure. It gives a loyalty bonus, a health bonus, doesn't use any slots, a little bit of decadence, but gives culture and money. This just seems like a good thing. It's an upgrade from a public bath, tier 3 healthcare building. Yeah, pass that over. That sounds pretty nice. And then let's look across the river here. In Eritrea, we finished a silver mine. A silver mine is always amazing to have. What could we use? Honestly, a little bit of everything. Probably culture the least right now. Loyalty at some point. Because everyone here is fucking Nubian. The charcoal pile doesn't seem too bad. A little bit of infrastructure. You know, we got like 5 slots here. That seems pretty good. Let's go ahead and get the charcoal pile. To the east of that, we got rid of the Usher. To the north of that, we built a crafter district. There's still 2 slots available that, of course, didn't take up a slot. This worship place looks very, very tempting. There are only the 2 slots here, but we could also go for the health simply to get more growth. 10 health would be pretty good. That's where the preserved food store comes in. I would love it. I would love it. We have the infrastructure. We have enough food, honestly. I could still build the M4 anyway, which would cost food to give money, but also to, you know, just get through these agricultural buildings better, I suppose. We can do that, yeah. You know, let's go with the M4. Develop this. It's gonna take long enough to build. Brickwork done. Next to that, an extra population is gained. Ooh, I see regional roads. You know what I want. You sure? There's going to be a lot of dismantlings happening. A land expansion in Egypt in Diospolis. Regional roads. Yes, please. Here we finished a brickwork, got a new population, and dismantled something. Regional roads. Yes, please. Here we built a plantation while dismantling a usurer. Let's get a wheel maker on infrastructure. That will add 12. That'll be pretty fast. And then it wouldn't entirely replace 5 of these. I'm just like thinking, well, I could then like move some of them to culture, yeah? I mean, I could, but we'll look at it later. Otherwise, population gain, dismantlings happening. Head west, we built a public works. That is some nice infrastructure we needed. Ooh, look at this. I think I'll take the ranch. It's just a simpler thing to build. Take the ranch. We built a harbor in Dernis, where we could still use a lot of the basics. We could definitely use a lot. There's a lot of stuff we don't have that we could use. I'll build the ranch. We have 3 slots available. It's the simplest thing to add here, realistically. And then I'll add 1 more guy down to infrastructure, because we'll replace what he's making. Public works finished in Arsino. Definitely give me the regional roads. We need regional roads spanning this whole desert pretty much. However, we are out of time for today, so I'm going to call this one here. So for now, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.